despite all his shortcomings, had actually the best and the highest touchdown to interception ratio against playoff teams last year. Let's look into that. What's the context of it? So he had an 11-1 touchdown interception ratio. That's pretty good. He had 7 games against those playoff teams. Again, 11 touchdowns, 1 pick. It's pretty good, I have to admit. And he's not thought of as a pure passer. Right? I feel he's more of definitely a dynamic playmaker. That goes without saying. Really good with the legs. And he can make some throws, especially the downfield. Got a big arm, right? It's there. I worry more about the layups. Can he hit the swing pass? Can he hit the slant? Can he throw a really nice fade ball in the end zone when you need it, right? Like Ben and AB were always classic for that. Ben, they just look at each other, boom, beautiful fade to the back pylon, right? Can he make those plays that, I'm not saying that those are layups for me, for Luke, for anybody that is not an NFL quarterback. An NFL quarterback needs to make those throws. Those are the ones I worry about. So in those 7 games, the team was 1-6. 1-6. I'm not saying he's working with a ton of talent, but 1-6. I love the stats and all this. That's great that you put up these numbers. Are you winning games? At the end of the day, you have to win football games, right? And I don't think he's the prospect of Andrew Luck. I think that goes without saying. But people say, oh, he had nothing to work with. Andrew Luck went to Indianapolis. I would argue right now that Indianapolis roster, when Andrew Luck got there, was just about as bad, if not worse, than this Chicago roster. 11-5, 11-5, 11-5 in his first 3 years. Andrew Luck was that guy. I'm not saying that Justin Fields can't be that guy. I'm not saying that we need to hold Justin Fields to the standard of Andrew Luck. But you got to win games, right? You are brought into this league, yes, to be a very, very dynamic playmaking quarterback. Absolutely. To help you win games, right? So now Lamar is a more realistic comparison. Now I know Lamar's got a more stable franchise, more talent, but Lamar's winning 80% of his games when he's healthy. 80%. And so then you look at those 7 games again, and let's put some more context into them. 2 of those 7 games, he completed 50% or less. Again, that's my concern. 50% or less. Those are JV numbers. In another 2, in a different 2 games, he completed 65% or less. Now, getting slightly better, but one of them was like right at 60, the other one was at like 64. You have to be able to complete throws. Yes, Justin played well in those games, but my concern with him has never been, can he put up numbers? It is, can he hit the swing? It's the consistency. It's the, hey man, can you not go to Houston and throw 2 picks and complete 47% of your throws? Can you not complete 33% of throws against a bad defense in Detroit? And put up a whopping 75 yards in that game. Yes, that happened. Go look it up. Like, I do think Justin Fields is going to work to some degree in the NFL. But let's realize that he's not even close to being a competitive NFL-ready thrower of the football. It's just not there yet. Can he get there? Sure. But is he more of an athlete and more of a playmaker right now than an actual good NFL quarterback? Yes. He is not ready to be a competitive thrower of the football. Right? People always talk about Jared Goff, this, Jared Goff, that. Jared Goff's a very, very good NFL quarterback. If you said right now, for the next 2 years, who would you want, Jared Goff or Justin Fields? I would take Jared Goff. It's not even all that close. Like, Justin Fields is getting there. Could he be there? And that's why I said for the next 2 years. Could he get there in 3 to 5 years? Absolutely. Yes, he could. But you cannot go to Houston and complete 47% of your throws. You cannot go to Detroit in a dome and complete 33%. You can't do it. You have to be better than that. You just have to be.
And Justin Fields even is, like, he's boosted a little bit by a weaker division as well. I mean, it's now that Aaron is left. Yep. Right now you have Kirk Cousins and the Vikings, who are very hit or miss. I mean,
I'd say they're a very average NFL team.
They go from being really, really hot to like freezing cold.
Yeah.
The Lions are rebuilding, so now you have something else to look out for now that Aaron's gone. But I mean, it's still not like top of the league division strength. No. So like you should be winning. I would say a majority of your divisional games.
If you are supposed to split, you should at least go 3-3.
If you're supposed to be like the franchise guy and this great quarterback, you need to win in your division.
You can't win 3 games last year. I'll tell you that. You cannot win 3 games.
Yeah, it was bad.
And so now here's the good news, right? They have some talent, right? They brought in a couple backs. They have DJ Moore now. They have Chase Claypool. They have Darnell Mooney. Still, like, I'm not saying that's a top 10 receiving core, but that's a top half of the league. Very viable top 3 receivers. Good backs. Offensive line's improving. you're
was gonna
always
say,
going
they
to have
can run
a
the
fairly
football.
good defense, right? Like, and Justin is going to help that run game as well. But like, they're not at this point devoid of talent like they were 2 years ago. This is a much better football team than they were when Justin first got there.
So we'll eventually get to it in the NFC North when we do that. But if you were to just give me your thoughts on what the season's going to look like for Chicago right now, like, you give me like some sort of a record. And I'm not asking for anything specific, but how many wins do they feel like to you? And is it a playoff competitive team yet?
I don't think it's a playoff team. I think it's a 6 to 7 win team. Without having really dug into the schedule, I think it's a 6 to 7 win team. I think that lands them in third or fourth place. I think if Jordan Love's really bad, they could be in third place. I think if Detroit is Detroit, right? Like, I mean, we think Detroit's going in the right direction, but it would like surprise you if Detroit just automatically sucked again.
No.
Not really.
No.
Right? So it's possible they could be in third if one of those two things happen, right? Love's bad or Detroit's Detroit, but it feels like a fourth place team to me. It feels like a 6-7 win team, a fourth place team. And there's going to be a ton of 6-11, 7-10, 8-9, 9-8 teams in this division. Like, they're all going to. I don't think there's any awful teams. I don't think there's a team that separates and wins 12 games.
And to be fair, I think we still need to see more from Justin Fields before we can get like an accurate read on him.
Yeah, I'm not saying
I mean?
I'm out on him. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm pointing out the obvious. He's got to be better. Like, he just has to be better.
He 100% has to be better, but everybody that's either 100% rolling him out now or 100% saying he's going to be fantastic and be one of the best quarterbacks in the league, like, you need a bigger sample size.
Yeah, you absolutely need a bigger sample size. And now, and I think this is what the new GM's been doing. It's like, we got to get him talent to see if he can play. Right? Like, if you keep surrounding him with no talent, you have no idea if he can really play. Right now that he has a legitimate receiving core, a good backfield, an improving offensive line, like, this is the time. Like, you gotta do it.
Yeah,
they're gonna get their answer on him by Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you're either gonna find out now or that it's gonna work, or you're gonna be drafting a quarterback in the next year.
Yeah,
or
or 10 games in, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, no.
Yeah. Do you think they move off him already? So say he comes out and he's horrific this year. Halfway through the season, it's just bad.
2-8, 3-8, somewhere
Are
around
they
there.
tanking and trying to draft? Is it going to be a race between Arizona and Chicago
I don't know if
and
they
anybody else?
I don't think they tank. No, because a young quarterback can make steps week to week and month to month to put him on the right trajectory. And what if they're 3-8? He goes out and wins 6 straight, and they're going into next year, riding a little bit of a high. So I don't think they tank. But I think they could very seriously start having conversations debating that they need to move off Justin Fields. Yes.
Okay. It's going to be cool.
I don't
can't
we'll
wait.
see.
NFL